So are you going to your very first timeshare presentation? Well, today we're going to talk about a number of things you need to know before you go, right after this. Hello and welcome to Destination Timeshare. I'm Jeremy. Before we jump into this video here at Sheraton Vistana Resort in Orlando, talking about the things you need to know before you go to your very first timeshare presentation, I want to let you know on this channel I provide my knowledge, tips, and advice to help you get the most from your timeshare ownership. And even if you don't own timeshare but you love visiting fantastic resort properties, I do villa tours, resort tours, and resort reviews as well. I also do videos like this, timeshare tips, to know more about timeshare. So as we are here at Sheraton Vistana Resort, I thought this was a good place to talk about things you need to know about before going on your very first timeshare presentation. And I hope you did find this before going on your first timeshare presentation, but if you didn't, it probably is still quite important to watch this. Okay, so if you don't know what a timeshare presentation is, well, it's usually best described as a high-pressure sales pitch to purchase timeshare ownership. And the first thing you need to know about here is when you're at your very first timeshare presentation, do not, absolutely do not, purchase a timeshare at your first presentation. We're going to talk about one reason why that is towards the end of the video, but for sure, at your first timeshare presentation, you do not know enough about timeshare, all the intricacies, how it works, and you certainly can't know enough in just the 60 to 120 minutes, 1 to 2 hours that they give you there pitching you on the timeshare. Realize they're going to tell you all the good things and leave out all the bad. So you definitely do need to take a lot more time after the presentation to do a lot more homework, a lot more research about timeshare. Okay, so the next thing you need to know about here is that you need to fully understand exactly how the program works. Now, I did mention previously that you should never purchase a timeshare at your first presentation, but they are very good at selling what they sell. The joke often is that a timeshare salesperson could sell ice to an Eskimo and at a premium. They're good at what they do. They're going to be very convincing, high pressure in some cases, to get you to buy a timeshare, because in most cases they know when you leave you won't be back. But you do need to fully understand, ask all the important questions. How does it work? Where can I go? What can I do with this timeshare? Definitely the most important thing. Fully understand that timeshare and that system you're buying, which is one of the reasons why you shouldn't buy your first time. You can do additional research, unbiased research, after you're out of that sales office. Okay, the next thing to know about your first time at a sales presentation, realize that much of what the salesperson is telling you is probably untrue, incorrect, embellished, or maybe even flat false statements. Realize this, that sometimes the only way they can really sell a timeshare is to kind of embellish things a little bit. Maybe legally they're not flat out lies, but many people would consider them that when they really know how things work compared to what the salesperson is telling you. So realize that salespeople, they know that kind of once you're out the door, they're kind of off the hook. They're never going to see you again. So what they told you might not always be 100% fact. Now, if you've ignored everything I've told you up to this point, and maybe you've got a contract in front of you and you're ready to sign it, the next thing you need to know is you need to read the entire contract before you sign it. There is a lot of information in that contract, and one important thing is the timeshare developers, they're very good at protecting themselves from themselves and from their salespeople. All that stuff the salesperson might have told you in what I was talking about just a bit ago essentially gets nullified by that contract. The contract will stipulate, most likely, that everything you were told verbally doesn't really mean anything, and only what is in that contract is what counts. So keep that in mind. You need to read the entire contract. You should be doing this no matter what. I know it's going to take a long time. Sit down, read it. They're going to be pushing you to sign it, but you need to know what you're signing because it is a legally binding contract that will keep you in that timeshare in perpetuity until you have a way to get out. So definitely an important thing. Read the contract, understand everything that's in it. All right, the next thing you need to know for your very first timeshare sales presentation is that if you do end up signing the contract, you actually do have the right to cancel, at least in pretty much most states and locations. This is based on state law. I actually did a video about the right to cancel. I'll put a link to it right up here, but definitely something to understand. The salespeople, they should be mentioning this too, but they're not really obligated to do so. They are obligated to obviously put instructions in the contract about your right to cancel. But keep that in mind. You do have the right to cancel, and it is basically an unwavering right. You can't sign that right away in pretty much all cases. All right, now the last thing we're going to talk about, and this is one that I touched on earlier, why you should never purchase a timeshare on your first timeshare sales presentation. But one of the reasons is this, and that is encore packages. Many timeshare brands have kind of a comeback package where you can purchase a discounted stay at the resort or maybe at another resort within the same timeshare program, and it allows you to come back later on and stay again. They usually also lock in the price of the timeshare as it was the day you were there, and it's essentially to get you to come back and attend another sales presentation. So if you're actually really considering buying the timeshare, this can make a lot of sense, because essentially what it also allows you to do is get a free stay and get some more free perks out of that purchase. So when you purchase one of these encore packages, I think Hilton actually calls them VIP, Marriott, Vistana, Westin, Sheraton, they call them encore. Other timeshare brands might have a different name for them, but you might pay $1,000 maybe for a 4-night stay and maybe a $250 gift card when you come back and take that other presentation. Well, if you do buy, when you come back, you get the purchase price of that package completely essentially refunded or rolled into the price, discounted from the price of the timeshare that you purchased. So it is essentially a way to get a little bit better value out of the timeshare purchase, because you're essentially getting those additional benefits, that additional stay completely, well, for free, we'll say. But yeah, know that when your timeshare sales presentation is done, it's not really done because somebody is also going to come in and try and sell you, and sometimes a hard push to try and sell you, because they also earn commissions off the sales of these packages to sell you this kind of encore package, VIP package to come back again. Okay, so there you have it. 6 things here, I guess, of what you need to know before attending your very first timeshare presentation. I'm actually also kind of interested to know, did you just attend one and find this video and maybe there's some additional things you wish you had known about? Well, if you do, let me know down in the comments below. And if you like this video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up. It really does help out these videos. Also helps out to tell YouTube you like these videos too, and to push you more just like it. And if you want to see more videos all about timeshare, check out the description box below. And for another timeshare tip video, check out this one right up here, and YouTube. They think you'll like that one down there. Be sure to subscribe. You can do so by clicking on my picture right here. Hit that notification bell. And until next time, remember, the best destination is always a timeshare.